Joining me now from Tampa, Florida, actor, director, producer, and author, Kevin Sorbo. Kevin, I swear, I see Robert De Niro's fingerprints on what we're witnessing right now. I mean, think back. This is nothing new here. We've been seeing this now for nearly 3 years from the Democrats, and now this is the latest manifestation, impeachment.
Well, they're constantly coming up with ways to try to get rid of him. It's amazing. They're still upset that he won the presidency. There's no president in the history of our country gone through the day in and day out attacks that this man has had to go through. It's just, it's so ridiculous because of their envy, their jealousy, the power hungry nature of all of them. I mean, it's sad and pathetic is the only thing I've.
You're a man who looks at the big picture as I do. I look at your posts on Twitter, and we've talked several times. Do you worry, as I do, the permanent damage that this is doing, this episode is doing to the United States Constitution, but also to this younger generation that's watching this and watching impeachment be cheapened now like some sort of disposable piece of garbage that is now just splayed out there for political purposes?
Well, they've made a joke out of the presidency. They've just totally trivialized it. And like you said, the day in and day out attack that they're having on what people are seeing, what people are watching, there's a misguiding towards what the truth is and what the reality is. And, you know, when the forefathers first came up with anybody being elected in the Congress or the House of Representatives, the whole thing was supposed to be, mothers and doctors and farmers and people of everyday walking life. Now they're all lawyers, and now they're all constantly trying to come up with different ways to redefine what the Constitution means. And it's turned. I mean, it doesn't matter what you and I say. It can be totally truthful. They're just going to attack it and go after him. I see this stuff on Twitter. I just have to laugh. These trolls out there that come after me with their ignorance and their uneducated bias towards anybody that doesn't agree with them. And they're the ones who scream for tolerance, yet they have zero tolerance. It's a one-way street.
And you posted something on Twitter that struck me, and it was very simply that Hollywood needs some competition. Totally makes sense, right? You know, I've said this about social media, and really it applies to everything that the liberals have taken over. It's schools, Hollywood, the courts. We need some competition, but conservatives need to step up and sound off and not be afraid in this environment.
Well, the silent majority actually spoke up in the last election, but they got to speak up a lot more in the next one because, trust me, the left is going to do everything they can to cheat and gain votes that aren't even people who are voting. We know that's already going on. I'm amazed that we cannot stop the voting system being corrupted. It's incredible to me. But, you know, Andrew Breitbart said it best. He said, politics is downstream of culture. Who runs the culture? Hollywood runs the culture along with the mainstream media. So we need to speak up and be a lot more vocal. We need to be disruptive. And that's what Donald Trump is. He's disruptive. We all need to start being more disruptive and say, you know, enough is enough of this crap. It's time to fight back and not let these childish people get their way in trying to destroy this country. It's amazing to me. I wish they would all just move to Venezuela. If that's what they want, it's already set up for them right now.
Stand up for the Constitution, stand up for the fundamentals of this country. Hollywood left you, so you left Hollywood. You're in Florida now, but you're still producing movies, including The Reliant, which you released, I believe, for just one day in theaters, but now it's coming out just in time for Christmas, I guess, on, was it digital or CD or what have you? But the theme behind The Reliant is not unlike what we're talking about here. It's a defense of the Second Amendment, is it not?
That's part of the movie. There's no question about it. It came out on a one-day event called a Fathom event. Fathom events are pretty popular now with movies that don't have a Hollywood $300 million budget and $100 million to promote it. So we shot this movie. It had a decent budget, but they didn't have a big budget to get it out in theaters for 3 months. So we used the Fathom event. It was very successful. It was 20% higher than what Fathom was actually predicting it would do, and now it comes out December 3rd. So they can go to thereliantmovie.com, and it deals with a family that it's the economic collapse of America, and there's one family, my family, is attacked by these thugs. They're shooting at our house, and lo and behold, my family, to protect ourselves, we have guns too. These cowards coming back You know, they thought they were getting to cause problems. And so it's certainly a pro-Second Amendment movie in that way.
And it's in defense of the United States Constitution, big picture, which is, again, dovetails of what's happening in D.C. right now. Kevin Sorbo, thank you.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.